Recessions are brutal, no doubt about it, but they're also predictable. When the economy tanks, it's always the same types of people making the same types of mistakes that lead them to financial ruin. By understanding who gets wiped out first, we can learn how to protect ourselves and even come out stronger on the other side. In this breakdown, we'll go from the most vulnerable to those who manage to survive and thrive. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to become recession-proof. Let's start with the most obvious group, overspenders. These are the people who upgrade their lifestyle the moment they get a raise, sometimes even beyond their means. They adopt a buy now, worry later mentality, often financing their purchases with credit. A bigger apartment, a luxury car, designer clothes, it's always something new. Hey, what's up guys? Sorry to interrupt this amazing program, but I need a little help. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can probably see our subscriber number right below the video. And if you're able to, it would mean the world if you could subscribe to our new and growing channel. When you subscribe, it helps our videos get exposed to more audiences like yourself. Our mission is simple: to bring you cool contents that inspires, informs, and adds real value to your life. In return, my team and I promise to keep pushing harder than ever to make this show better for you every single week. Thank you for being part of this journey. We couldn't do it without you. Now let's get back to our video. Take, for example, a software engineer who's been job hopping and securing higher salaries each time. With every pay increase, they level up their lifestyle. They lease a Tesla, move into a high-rise downtown, and start dining at expensive restaurants multiple times a week. But then a recession hits. Layoffs sweep through the tech industry, and suddenly their financial stability is gone. They still owe rent, car payments, and credit card bills. The luxuries that once made life exciting are now overwhelming liabilities. The key takeaway: spending should always be in proportion to sustainable earnings. Enjoy your money, but not at the expense of your financial future. The best rule to follow is simple: spend less than you earn and avoid lifestyle inflation. Instead of raising your spending every time you get a raise, invest that extra money into savings, retirement accounts, or diversified assets that can provide financial security during uncertain times. The second group to get wiped out in a recession are those who make emotional financial decisions. When people hear the word recession, their fight-or-flight response kicks in, leading to rash choices that often make things worse. Here's an example. An investor sees the stock market plummet and panic sells all their holdings at a massive loss. Fear clouds their judgment, and instead of staying patient and thinking long-term, they lock in their losses and sit on cash, missing out when the market eventually rebounds. Or imagine an employee who hears rumors of layoffs. They start gossiping about their coworkers, trying to make themselves look better, only to create a toxic work environment that leads to their termination. Recessions are temporary. Historically, they last around 10 months on average. The key to avoiding this mistake is simple: slow down. Before making any major financial move, ask yourself if it aligns with your long-term goals. Making decisions based on fear, excitement, or desperation will only set you up for failure. Take a step back, research the situation, and make informed decisions instead of emotional reactions. Risk takers often find themselves in financial trouble when the economy takes a hit. These individuals chase massive returns by putting all their money into speculative assets, believing they're on the fast track to wealth. Picture a young accountant who has been investing all their extra income into a single cryptocurrency, convinced it's going to the moon. For a while, they watch their holdings soar, but when the market crashes, they lose everything. Now, they're left with no savings and no safety net for the recession. Risk is part of life, but when an economic collapse is in play, high-risk investments are often the first to crumble. This doesn't mean avoiding risks altogether. Calculated risks are necessary for financial growth, but they should never be your entire strategy. Diversify your investments, maintain an emergency fund, and balance bold moves with safer ones. The key is to have a portion of your portfolio in stable, recession-resistant assets that can weather economic downturns. Debt can feel like an easy shortcut to a better lifestyle, but it becomes a nightmare during a downturn. When income dries up, debt remains, and it demands to be paid. A prime example of this is the 2008 financial crisis. Banks were lending money freely, and many Americans bought homes they couldn't afford, believing the market would only go up. When interest rates increased and home values plummeted, millions were left with mortgages they could no longer pay. Many lost everything. If you're not in debt yet, avoid unnecessary borrowing. If you are, prioritize paying off high-interest debt as soon as possible. Debt can be a useful tool, but only when managed wisely. Focus on eliminating credit card debt, reducing unnecessary loans, and maintaining a manageable debt-to-income ratio so that if an economic downturn hits, you won't be drowning in payments. Some people find themselves vulnerable because their skills are too narrowly focused on one job or industry. When companies cut costs, these workers are often the first to go because their expertise doesn't translate easily to other roles. Imagine a programmer who specializes in a niche coding language used only in the gaming industry. When a recession forces gaming companies to cut back, they're left stranded. Their skill set doesn't align with other industries, making it hard to find new work. The solution? Adaptability. Having a broad skill set allows you to pivot when needed. Lifelong learning is the key to staying relevant in any economy. Take online courses, learn complementary skills, and be open to opportunities in adjacent fields so you're never caught off guard. Some people save money, but not enough to truly weather a recession. Consider a young professional who has saved $12,000 in a basic savings account. While that's a good start, it won't last long if they lose their job during a recession. With rent, groceries, and other living expenses, they could burn through their savings in just a few months. To be truly recession-proof, aim to have 8 to 12 months of living expenses saved in an accessible account. Beyond that, invest wisely to ensure your money outpaces inflation and continues to grow over time. Don't just save, strategically allocate funds into emergency reserves, low-risk investments, and assets that appreciate over time. Some people look wealthy on paper because they own assets like property or equipment, but they don't have much liquid cash. When a recession hits, they struggle to cover daily expenses. For example, a business owner who invests all their money into new machinery may find themselves in trouble when sales decline. They own valuable equipment, but they can't sell it quickly enough to stay afloat. The lesson? Balance is key. Having valuable assets is great, but always keep a portion of your wealth in cash for emergencies. Liquidity is crucial during downturns when quick access to cash can make or break your financial stability. Recessions can be challenging, but they don't have to be devastating if you take the right steps to prepare. While some people panic and lose everything, others use economic downturns as an opportunity to grow, invest wisely, and come out even stronger. It all comes down to mindset, strategy, and preparation. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Have you ever experienced a recession? How did you get through it? Let us know in the comments below. If you found this information helpful, make sure to share this video with someone who needs it. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.